The Community Foundation of Jackson Hole is one of about 700 community foundations around the United States. Each community foundation has a specific geographic focus. There are two in Wyoming, the Wyoming Community Foundation and the Community Foundation of Jackson Hole. The Wyoming Community Foundation really takes care of the rest of the state. We focus specifically on Jackson Hole. We donate about $600,000 a year to local nonprofits. Teton Youth and Family Services has been an organization we have consistently granted to year after year, and some of the largest grants we give from that pool have gone to Teton Youth and Family Services, and that's because they do such valuable work in this community. Our competitive grants program is our opportunity to say what is truly important in Jackson Hole. So when we give a grant to Teton Youth and Family Services, we are telling the community that this is something that's incredibly essential for the community, for all of us, and that we know we need to support it, and we hope the rest of the community will too. Before there was a Hirschfield Center, there was no unified way of addressing kids who were the most at risk or kids who had been sexually abused. The Van Vleck House has been a wonderful resource for families because local families in crisis have a place where kids can go, where they are supervised, where they can still attend high school, still get to other activities, but have a safe, contained environment so that they can get the therapeutic care they need and get to the point where they can reintegrate with their families. We had a tragic example of what this community is like when we don't have the Van Vleck House last summer. When it was closed, we had a rash of teen suicide and suicide attempts in Jackson, unlike anything else we have ever seen. It was so upsetting. I can't even describe how profoundly disturbing it was. Van Vleck has been where kids could go, be safe, be nurtured, and avert the potential risk of suicide. It was really quite a loss not having that resource available. So it was closed because it was under investigation, but it was closed way too long, and it created so many problems in its wake by being closed. The community reaction to that, the unintended consequence of that investigation, was that it threw more kids into crisis. Van Vleck is the place where parents could know their kids would be safe. Parents, how frightening is that as a parent to have to deal with that? To have a place where kids can go work through that crisis, work through those feelings that teenagers are sure that they are always going to have. Having some place where they can go, where parents know that they're going to be safe. Not to have that resource was more than hard on our community. It was actually tragic not to have it. Donors have been supportive of Teton Youth and Family Services when we talk to them about it, because often when people come to Jackson, their first thought is, I want to protect my view, I love the wildlife. All the things that drew them here in the first place are the things that they feel passionate about initially. And then as they become part of the community, they turn to the Community Foundation to talk about, well, what else is going on? What should we actually know about this community? And they are often alarmed. They're often taken aback to find out that we have the same problems in Jackson that occur in large cities. Smaller numbers, but every bit as intense. And in some ways they're exacerbated here by the fact that we are so rural we're really frontier. There aren't services elsewhere, and there aren't a lot of options for kids or for families. So it's a relief to have a program as professional as Teton Youth and Family Services and as equipped as Teton Youth and Family Services for dealing with a wide variety of problems and concerns that families face in Jackson Hole.